Hi, welcome to Schulte Sweeties Homeschool. My name is Stephanie, and I'm a mom of 3 girls ages 13, 9, and 7. So I have previously done videos on all our curriculum and things like that from, I think, the spring. But of course, things change a little bit, and today's video is all about the changes that I have made to whether our curriculum picks or just our homeschool in general. I'll go ahead and get started with the first big thing that is changing our homeschool completely this year, and that will kind of affect some of the other things that I'm going to mention here in a minute. But my oldest, who is 13, she's going into 8th grade, asked us sometime this summer if she could actually go to public school. We had kind of talked about it possibly being an option for high school. I actually have a video about some of the things, like we even thought that she would go part-time and all this stuff. Well, the Lord worked and we talked about it, and there were a lot of emotions, but we ended up being able to get her signed up to go to public school this year. She actually wanted to go to a school out of district because there's a school nearby but it's out of our district still, that she wanted to go to because of like kids from her plays and kids in the youth group that she knows. So she knew more people out of district than in our home district. So we got it worked out. It actually, we just were on a couple week vacation, and it worked out while we were on our trip. Everything kind of fell in place. So it was kind of a crazy thing. Thankfully, we got school supplies before we went on the trip, just in case that she was able to get in and get registered and everything. So that is a huge change for us because she was homeschooled kindergarten year, and then from 1st through 7th she has been homeschooled. And so that is a huge change, especially from kindergarten to 8th grade. Like, so many different things happen in that time. Like, you know, now she's in middle school, has a locker that has a combination. She has multiple teachers and all this thing. And it's been weird to like try to explain all of these things to her. Like, there's bells and you go, no one's gonna actually tell you when you need to go. You just go to your next class and things like that. So she's gonna just have an adjustment period. So we're kind of we're really focusing this week. She actually had her first day today. So we're really focusing this week on her. And then I'm gonna be starting homeschool with my other 2 daughters that are 9 and 7 next week. So as long as I get things like organized and planned out this week, and our homeschool room needs to be cleaned out. So as long as I get all that done, then we will be doing homeschool starting next week. So some of the things that are changing, because my 2 younger ones are gonna have a hard time, I think, adjusting to their big sister not being there. She was already kind of pretty independent and worked upstairs compared to my girls working downstairs in our basement. But it's still going to be totally different and a big adjustment. But at the same time, I am also excited that we will have some extra like focus time. Like, I usually group these younger 2 together, but my time was always kind of stretched with also helping my oldest, who sometimes struggled with like math or something. So I'm excited to have this focus time for my younger 2 as well. So I have added in some different things and changed some of my curriculum picks from previously. So if you haven't watched those curriculum picks, you can go back and watch them. I will link them up above and down below. But one of the things, this was kind of a spur of the moment add-on, but I saw it and I was excited. So one of the things that I'm going to do together, because it's just the 2 of them and this will be perfect for their age. Gentle and Classical Press created this new science. It's agricultural science. It's a Charlotte Mason classically inspired science. This is for 3rd through 6th, hands-on learning, memorization, living books. There's French and Spanish, optional nature study. So that all comes with it. It's really not that expensive. And I'm pretty sure like the teacher's guide you could get for free, and then the bundle is not too expensive. So I saw this, and this was kind of a spur of the moment decision, but there's like different living books included, and it doesn't look like it'll be adding in too much, but I'm going to just do it together as a group. And I'm excited for that because one of the other things that I added, so there is like a teacher's book, there's a student book, there's all sorts of things that come with it. But one of the other things that I had already come across and decided we were going to do this year, just because thinking kind of like I want to do it with these two. I've already read the book with my oldest when she was younger, so we are going to read Little House in the Big Woods, and this is one of the books that was scheduled for one of like the quarters in the agricultural science. But I came across this, someone recommended this in one of my comments, in a comment. I think it was one of the videos of like what we're most excited for, but this is from the Masterpiece Studio, and so they have some different lit units and things. So this is Little House in the Big Woods, and there's art and baking. It's gonna be so fun. So there's like all sorts of art projects and things, but it's broken up by different lessons. There's like food storage, oh my goodness, there's so much, hunting and prep and screech owl. So there's so much in this. So we're gonna kind of work on this together. I think my girls are really gonna like this book. Another thing that I added, so I already plan on using Earth Science by Science Mom for my middle daughter, who is 9. My youngest, she was already gonna, so we're gonna just add in, science is one that sometimes gets dropped, so I'm trying to add it in as much as possible. So I had already said that we were gonna use core knowledge for my first grader, who is 7. But I also had come across Miniature Masterminds, and they have this like science workbook type thing. So I'm gonna have my youngest work on that as well. Now, if it was my middle daughter who loves science, who loves animals and knows so much about it, this would probably be boring for her. But I think my youngest will really like this kind of combined. So this will get some extra science in as well. Another thing that I decided to do, so part of the reason why my oldest kind of wanted to go to school was to be surrounded by friends. She knows a lot of people already there, but she just like kind of struggled where she wasn't really around her friends very much, you know, except for like play dates and things. So I was like trying to think about that to try to prevent that for my youngest 2 daughters. And so the group that we are in, like the play group that we kind of hang out with here, they are starting a co-op, and I've kind of been like, oh, things are too kind of crazy. I don't want to like add in extra. But with my oldest going to public school, it actually like makes our schedule a little different. And so I thought maybe we should check one of the classes out. So I signed my younger 2 daughters up for 1 hour class for, it's usually, I think they only meet twice a month. So I have signed my younger 2 up for an animal class, and I think they're gonna love it. I let them pick between an animal class or a music art class, and that's what they picked. So some of the other things that I have added in, so when I did my 4th grader, it's hard to believe that she's in 4th grade. When I did her curriculum picks, there was a lot of components, and some of it I was like, okay, yeah, I feel really good about this. Some of it I didn't feel great, but I was like, what am I gonna do? So one of them was winning with writing. We love Jack Chris Publishing for spelling. I at least do. I don't know if she really loves it. But I wasn't really loving the writing component of it. And she didn't really love it either. So in the back of my mind, I was like, well, I have Write Shop Junior Book E. So I will plan on using that next year for her. Well, I came across in, I think it was Tailored Homeschool, they have a lot of used curriculum that they sell, and so I came across Write Shop Junior Book D. So this is right around for 4th grade, and so I was like, you know what, I am familiar with Book E and like just how to use it, and it can be overwhelming, but since I am familiar with it now, I feel like I got a pretty great grasp on it, and I think this will be a lot more fun to do than Winning with Writing, and that's really what I want to focus on, is the fun aspect of writing with her. So we have Write Shop Junior, Book D. I have all of the components with it, like the worksheets and the grammar things. So this is one of the things we're gonna add in for my 4th grader. And then I kept coming across Christian Light Education and their reading program. I've heard it's really great, and we just finished out All About Reading with my middle daughter, and I was like, I have Mazda's Press literature, I just have the book, and we will probably still use that, but I couldn't pass up getting Christian Light Education reading. I just wanted to try it out. So we have the reader and then all of the light units, and I have the teacher's guide and things too. So we have all of that. And then one other thing that I'm adding in for both of my younger 2 daughters, mathematical reasoning. So this is like from the Critical Thinking Company. This is level D, so this is grade 3. I know my daughter is going into 4th grade, but I think that the grade 3 will be best for her for reviewing for independent work. And then my youngest one will be using, actually, I think it's book B. I think it's book B. She's gonna do the grade 1. I think she'll be able to do grade 1. So my goal for this is not because I think Apologia needs extra add-in things. My goal for these books are for them to use these as like independent practice when I'm working with one of the others. So they can do this on their own, but I will still teach them their Apologia lessons. So they are both going to be using these. And then one of the other things is we will be finishing up our subscription to Master Books Academy Spanish by like October. I don't know if we'll finish it. We'll see. My girls have really liked it, but I was like, what can we do with Spanish from here on out? We have flip-flop Spanish that we attempted years ago. I have no clue where I have the binder somewhere, but these are like the cards I have for flip-flop Spanish. We have all of the cards and all of the necessary pieces for flip-flop Spanish. So we might attempt this again because now they're like, I feel more comfortable. I've been doing Duolingo and learning Spanish on my own, and I feel a lot more confident in possibly teaching that. But I've also come across another company and received their curriculum, and it's El Español Fácil, so the Easy Spanish. This is by the Great Commission languages, so I will share more about it. I will do flip throughs and things. So I also have that. This is for grades K through 3, so I think that this could be a great option as well. Maybe I will save the flip-flop Spanish for a little bit later. I think this can go for a wide range, the flip-flop Spanish, so we'll just kind of wait and see. So another thing that I decided to add in as I was thinking about things, of course, I'm probably biting off too much, but there's a company that I have been aware of for a few years, and so I just wanted to try it out and see what they're like. I may end up combining this a little bit with Guest Hollow's geography because, you know, I like Guest Hollow a lot, but I just wanted to check this one out as well. And this is Let's Go Geography. They have 3 years worth of curriculum and going through different countries and the states. It kind of spreads out the states between the 3 years. So I will share more about this in future videos. But I am excited to kind of check this out and use this with my 2 younger girls. I'm really getting excited. Now that our vacation's over, I'm really getting excited for our school year to start and like get things all planned out. It was kind of like I had to focus just on planning for our vacation, and now that that's over, I can actually plan for our school year a little more. I have all the things that I want to do, but I just need to like figure out our schedule and everything. And then also I just wanted to point out, just because my oldest is going to public school now does not mean like I won't still share the things that we had planned on using. We are receiving like cover story from Clearwater Press, and I had some other plans and some different curriculum already, so I will be doing still flip throughs and sharing. She is still like, we've talked about it, I'm like, you're still have some of these things. So she still wanted to work on Clearwater Press, the cover story. I honestly, it won't be the same as homeschooling because she's going to have her own caseload, but I think like 1 hour a week or so, we're going to really work on it. But like that's kind of how we're making adjustments, so it's almost like she's public schooled and a tiny bit homeschooled still. But I'm excited to share more with you on some of those things as well. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you later.